to week 10 of the Mole Sisters with Elise and...
Kayla. We are two sisters born with moles on our faces, and each week we discuss women in art and music history.
Good. That's the same vibe I got from you saying
Yep.
your name. This week we are discussing American composer and professor of music Undine Smith Moore.
So, I just whacked myself in the face with my mic. So, Undine Smith Moore was an African-American music educator and composer. She is heralded as the Dean of Black Women Composers.
Oh.
And yeah, I don't know. She's a pretty cool lady. So she was born on August 25th, 1904. And I'm probably going to mispronounce that. Jarrat, Virginia. Jarrat.
Jarrat.
Jarrat. We're going to go with Jarrat.
Wait, what state? Virginia?
Virginia.
Okay.
So she was born to James William Smith and Hardy Turnbull. Her parents, so her grandparents were slaves. So she's the descendant of that. And she, when she was young, she picked up the piano at a very young age. Her family was very musical. Between at home and at church, they just kind of sang, and sounds like they had a grand old time with music. There's not a ton about her childhood that I was able to find, other than her quoted saying, "Above all, music reigned."
Aww.
So yeah, it sounded like a joyful thing for her family.
Yeah.
So she and her family moved to Petersburg, Virginia in 1908. So she was 4, and she began taking piano lessons with Lillian Allen Darden. That might be a name some people know. Not a name I know, but it's a name. Piano teacher. Yeah. So she very quickly just became very proficient on piano, was quite skilled. She attended Fisk University, which is a historically black college, and there she studied piano, organ, and music theory. She earned her Bachelor of Arts degree in 1926 and received her Master of Arts at Columbia University Teachers College in 1931.
Oh, okay.
She was the first Fisk grad to be offered a scholarship at Juilliard.
Wow.
So yeah, so I believe she briefly studied there. Unclear on that, but she has some sort of connection to Juilliard. So
okay,
yeah, so pretty impressive. And then she also studied at the Manhattan School of Music and the Eastman School of Music. So very well educated.
Yes.
So she never really thought of herself as capable of becoming a composer, which is so sad because she really was a great composer. She once said, "One of the most evil effects of racism in my time was the limits it placed upon the aspirations of Blacks, so that though I have been making up and creating music all my life, in my childhood or even in college, I would not have thought of calling myself a composer or aspiring to be one."
It's so sad.
It is so sad. And it's
even today. That's like
it's
that
still
too.
today.
Yeah.
And I just think about how many women, men, how many musicians, great pieces have been buried because of racism.
Right.
It's so devastating to think about. So moving on, her career began in North Carolina as a supervisor of music programs within public school district.
Okay.
She later, that wasn't super long, because she then moved up to Virginia State College, where she was a professor of music theory and composition for more than 40 years, which is just crazy. So then in that time, so she met and married the professor and head of the Department of Health and Physical Education at that college in 1938. So, yeah.
Interesting mix. Music teacher and gym teacher.
Low-key, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I can see that.
Kind of. But, yeah, just a little meet cute at the state college, During her time there, she also co-founded and co-directed the university's Black Music Center.
Okay.
The purpose of this center was to promote appreciation of music by Black individuals in America through performance and study of music. So one thing that I found that she was quoted saying, and it's so simple, but like makes so much sense, is how she really wanted to make it very clear that Black music can only be written by Black people. And that sounds like obviously is the case, but over the years, and it still happens today, there are people, composers, that try to imitate the styles
Oh, yeah.
of that kind of like their music that is not within their culture. And so she was very opposed to that.
Yeah.
As she should be.
I was watching Annie. I didn't realize
Yeah.
how racist that movie is. Because
Like
they
the
had,
old Annie?
yeah,
Well, obviously
the
though.
one with, I don't even know the actress's name.
The one we grew up watching?
Yeah, I think it was made
Yeah,
in the
okay.
80s or something.
Yeah.
But they had like the guy who drives the car, whatever that's
The
called.
chauffeur.
Yeah, the chauffeur. He was Asian, and I thought he just like happened to be Asian, like he casted them. But they had like a little dance routine, and it was like normal music, and then like the music of the show, and then
Yeah.
he starts dancing, and they make it into like Asian. They have Asian style music. Like,
That's so fucked up.
I know, it's like he wasn't even. That wasn't even anything a part of the show. Like,
No.
why did
That
you
was
need to
very
do that?
common though. That was very common though. Yeah. That's shitty. But I can't say I'm surprised, unfortunately.
Yeah, no.
Ugh. God. Well, yeah. So my spot. Oh, I found it. Okay. So she received many awards in her lifetime, such as the Virginia Governor's Award in the Arts and the National Association of Black Musicians Distinguished Achievement Award, the Candace Award from the National Coalition of 100 Black Women, and honorary doctorates from Virginia State College and Indiana University.
Oh.
So
she got recognized while she was around.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, and because so many people respected her because she was such a prolific composer, even though she was in denial about that. But really, she was a really great educator. Like she put her all into her students, and it sounds like her kids respected the hell out of her. And I would have loved to have her as a music theory teacher because my music theory teacher, low-key, sucked. I'm not gonna say his name, but you know who you are. He like, I don't know. I don't want to talk too shit on him because he's a nice guy. He just wasn't a great teacher per se. He's very smart, but anyway, she's smarter than him. Okay, she's probably a better teacher than him. So while she was highly recognized, she was also incredibly humble, and she called herself a teacher who composes rather than a composer who teaches. So yeah, she just sounded so cool. So she and Eltona Trent Johns, who was another musician and educator, and was also like very closely connected to Martin Luther King Jr.
Okay.
So she traveled. They traveled to Africa from 1971 to 1972, and while they were there, she was amazed at the way the arts were integrated into daily life, and was just overjoyed at no longer feeling like the minority in a space. And so it's like she found her people and was able to see the arts in a tangible way, which is so cool. So she was horrified though because they visited the slave trading centers and she saw the way people were being treated there. And it just, I cannot imagine what that would be like. But yeah. So after she retired in 1972, she continued composing, and the works that she created in that time are still regarded as some of her best work. So it's just she was able to focus in, lock in. So I know I talked earlier about her being a pianist, but her real passion was with vocal music, with writing it in that regard. So she wrote a lot of spirituals and things like that. So after retirement, she took visiting professorships at Carleton College, Virginia Union University, College of St. Benedict, and Fisk University. So then she unfortunately died of a stroke February 6th of 1989 in Petersburg, Virginia, so the town that she grew up in from the age of 4. And and then many of her spiritual arrangements were performed during her funeral service.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just what a cool lady. But I talk a little bit about her. I can talk a little bit about some of her work. So much of it was influenced heavily by her culture and background. Like some of the melodies that she composed, those came from the ones that her mother and father learned from their parents.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the slave songs that she then transcribed.
Oh. Okay.
So, yep. And this inspiration can be heard in the Afro-American Suite and the oratorio Scenes from the Life of a Martyr. So, Scenes from the Life of a Martyr was dedicated to Martin Luther King Jr. and it premiered at Carnegie Hall and was
Ooh.
nominated for a Pulitzer Prize.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Pretty impressive. And then she's quoted as saying, "From our earliest remembrances, we are influenced by the things we hear when we do not even know what we are hearing, by the things we see when we don't know what we are seeing." So in African culture, spirituals are viewed as conversations between past, present, and future. So that was just, she was very connected to that. And then in all, she is credited with over 100 compositions, 26 of which were published in her lifetime.
Wow.
So, yeah, that is
She's an
Undine.
impressive lady.
She was a cool cookie. What? Why? I think I meant to say she was cooking, but then anyway, she's a cool lady, a cool cookie, I guess.
Yeah. Smart. Maybe you were trying to say smart cookie.
Maybe that's what I meant. Yeah.
Whatever else.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But I don't know. I had never heard of her before, so
Yeah,
it's just
me
kind of
neither.
cool to research and find a little bit more about her. I think she'd be horrified with the state of this country now.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. But
Not that it was even better then, but yeah.
right. I wonder too, I wasn't able to really find anything. Maybe I could if I dug some more, but like how was she friends with Martin Luther King Jr.? Like, I don't know. Because her friend who went with her to Africa, she spoke at his funeral, I believe.
Oh.
So
She
I could be
probably met
wrong. Maybe it was
him.
some like dedication. Yeah. I could actually look at that now. Did Undine Smith Moore know Martin Luther King? Yeah, there's no signs of like that they were personal acquaintances, but she did admire him.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Yeah, so
right.
that's Undine. I do have to say the name Undine seems rather unfortunate.
Yeah, I was thinking the same.
But you know what? She made a name for herself regardless.
She sure did.
But yeah. So
Thanks for sharing about Undine.
you're so welcome. It's my great pleasure. Thank you for listening to week 10 of the Mole Sisters. Check us out on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, or Spotify.
And tune in next week. I'm going to be discussing painter Elizabeth Louise Vigée Lebrun. Bye!
Bye!